Former President Donald Trump is back in the headlines. He promises a return to greatness, a golden era for the nation, his vision a strong America secured against external threats and economic turmoil. But what will this new era look like for everyday Americans? Trump's blueprint focuses on key areas, including immigration, energy independence, and strategic alliances. He vows to rebuild American strength by tightening borders, reducing reliance on foreign energy, and reinforcing key partnerships, particularly in the Middle East. Critics argue that this vision harks back to an era of isolationism and protectionism. They fear a return to divisive rhetoric and policies that could harm vulnerable communities and damage America's standing on the global stage. The coming months will reveal whether Trump can translate his vision into reality. The stakes are high as America grapples with its role in a rapidly changing world. The southern border stands as a central point in Trump's plan. He envisions a fortified boundary, equipped with the latest surveillance technologies and a surge in Border Patrol agents. This, he claims, will stem the flow of illegal immigration and combat drug trafficking. Trump's administration has already begun implementing these measures. Drone patrols have increased, facial recognition software is being tested at key crossing points, and construction of new physical barriers is underway. The message is clear: the border is closed. However, these initiatives have drawn criticism for their high cost and potential for human rights violations. Civil liberties groups have raised concerns about privacy infringements and the militarization of the border zone. The effectiveness of these measures in deterring illegal immigration remains to be seen. Critics argue that they address symptoms rather than root causes, failing to consider the complex factors driving migration from Central America. Trump's promise of energy independence faces a significant hurdle: dwindling oil reserves. The once abundant supplies that fueled America's economic engine are drying up, leading to price volatility and geopolitical tensions. The global energy market is in a state of flux. As traditional sources become scarcer, the race for renewable energy alternatives intensifies. The United States, despite efforts to boost domestic oil production, finds itself increasingly reliant on foreign imports. This energy crunch has far-reaching consequences. Rising fuel prices impact everything from transportation costs to food prices, putting a strain on household budgets and businesses. The competition for remaining resources could also lead to conflict in volatile regions. The Trump administration faces the daunting task of navigating this complex landscape. Balancing economic growth with environmental concerns and national security will require a delicate touch and innovative solutions. Section 4, Shadows of Liberty, the undocumented in the balance. The fate of millions of undocumented immigrants hangs in the balance as Trump revives his hardline stance on immigration. His proposed bill promises stricter enforcement measures, including mass deportations and limitations on legal pathways to citizenship. This legislation has sparked fear and uncertainty within immigrant communities. Families who have built lives in the United States face the prospect of separation and an uncertain future. The bill's potential impact extends beyond individual lives, threatening to disrupt industries reliant on immigrant labor. Advocates for immigrants argue that the bill is inhumane and economically short-sighted. They point to the contributions of undocumented workers and the economic benefits of providing a pathway to citizenship. The debate over immigration reform is likely to be fierce and emotionally charged. Finding a solution that addresses both border security concerns and the humanitarian crisis at the border will require compromise and compassion. Section 5, Desert Sands, Global Power, the Saudi Connection. Trump's foreign policy strategy places a heavy emphasis on strengthening ties with Saudi Arabia. This alliance, rooted in shared economic interests and regional security concerns, is seen as crucial to maintaining stability in the Middle East. The United States relies heavily on Saudi Arabia for oil imports, and the two nations cooperate closely on counterterrorism efforts. However, the relationship is not without its complexities. Human rights concerns, particularly in the wake of the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, continue to cast a shadow over the partnership. Critics argue that aligning too closely with Saudi Arabia could entangle the United States in regional conflicts and undermine its moral standing. They urge a more balanced approach that prioritizes human rights and democratic values. As the United States navigates the turbulent waters of Middle Eastern politics, the Saudi relationship will remain a key factor in shaping its approach to the region's challenges. Finding common ground while addressing areas of disagreement will be crucial to advancing United States interests.